All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today, in the Student Orgs webinar series, we are talking about marketing management, and you get to learn from the best. We have two of our amazing marketing coordinators from Student Life and Leadership here to share with you how to maximize your marketing for your organization. We have Parker and Amelia. And so, without further ado, I'm going to allow them to take it away.
Hi, everyone. My name is Parker, and I'm the Marketing and Communications Coordinator for Student Life and Leadership. And today I'm going to be talking about marketing management. So, marketing is important because it ensures people know your brand or organization and it keeps it top of mind. Marketing generates awareness, increases loyalty, and highlights your unique value in the marketplace. And consistent and authentic messaging is key for this to help foster long-term relationships and building trust with your target audience. So, your target audience, UNC has a large student body, and this includes undergraduate students, graduate students, and faculty. So, you need to know who you're marketing towards. To build a loyal community, you want to engage with students who are passionate about UNC's values and identity and the values and identity of your specific organization. And to increase visibility, you want to ensure your organization is known and easily accessible to the campus community. So, elements of successful campus marketing, knowing your audience, identify the different student groups on campus and tailor your approach to their interests. So, if you're trying to tailor your message to undergraduate students versus graduate students, that messaging might look a little different. You're going to want to leverage social media. So, using platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever that may look like to find your target audience and engage with them directly can help boost your content and visibility of your organization on campus. Another suggestion we have for you is to collaborate with student leaders or other organizations that may already be established on campus. This can also help boost your visibility because you'll be working with both your network and their network. And importantly, you are going to want to be consistent. Regular communication with your target audience can help keep your organization top of mind. And one way you can do this is by having a consistent posting schedule on Instagram, LinkedIn, or whatever social platforms you're choosing to utilize. So, some social media platforms that you can utilize are Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, X, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Threads. At SLL specifically, we utilize Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn, and we tailor the messaging a little bit different on each of them. LinkedIn has a slightly more professional tone, while Instagram is a little bit more casual. And I would say TikTok is the most casual of them all because that is mainly video content that is geared specifically towards undergraduate students. And social media is a powerful tool for student organizations to connect with the UNC community, to share their message, and build a strong online presence.
Hi, I'm Amelia. I'm one of the undergraduate social media coordinators for SLL, and I'll be talking to you guys about video content. So personally, I think video content is one of the easiest ways to connect to audiences nowadays, just because so many people are on social media and so many social media apps are focused on short form video content. But it can be very volatile just to connect with people and to get views. So there's a couple things that I like to do that really help out with that. One thing to know is on average, audiences are only watching the first 3 to 7 seconds of a video, and 7 seconds is being very generous. I think SLL personally, our average watch time is the first 4 seconds of a video. So to combat this, you either want to include all the information that you want to share within the first few seconds of a video, or create a really strong hook to encourage people to watch the entire thing. And that can look like a couple of different things. The next thing is you want to be very aware of trends. They change daily and they are just constantly moving and creating new ones. And so using an average trend and adapting it to your organization is a really great way to connect with people just because there's so many of them and they're constantly going viral. But along this, sometimes you don't need a specific trend where you have like a format that you have to follow. Sometimes you can just pick one popular aspect and add it to your video. So if there's a song going viral or a filter going viral, you can utilize this in your video. So that way you can reach a wider audience without having to follow a very specific formatted trend. So along this line is just keeping your content culturally relevant. Something like the Super Bowl or a big weather event are really easy way to connect with people just because it's something they're looking towards. For example, we made a video during the snowstorm and a ton of students like that just because it was so relatable. And then finally, don't be afraid to put yourself out there. I have a really bad digital footprint, but it's okay because it's all for SLL. But really, people want to see you putting yourself out there on social media, and it's really easy to connect with people that way. And so, if you're making fun of yourself, it honestly, it's okay. People are going to enjoy the content. And then we have a couple of different TikToks that we've made. Example one is a strong hook. As you can see, we start dancing immediately into the video, and this makes people want to watch the whole thing. We also have all the information we want to include throughout the entire video, so you don't actually have to watch the whole thing. People get what they need to see within the first couple of seconds. The next one is a formatted trend. It's us saying a lot of brain rot to Parker, and she gets really confused. And this one was an actual like formatted trend on TikTok that we just used for our organization. The final one is we used cultural relevance to connect with people. We were sliding and slipping on the ice right here in the gift to a Frozen song, and that one worked really well just because so many people related to the campus's icy conditions.
Yeah, and in addition to video content, another great opportunity is using the painted cubes outside of the Carolina Union. So the cubes are available for recognized student organizations to publicize campus events that are open to the university. Information about the cubes can be found on their website. For a full list of documentations, please refer to their policies. So the Student Life newsletter. So this is another thing that SLL does. So you probably see in your inbox every Monday a long list of events that are happening on campus, and that comes from our office that is sent to the entire campus community. So the newsletter typically consists of key dates, announcements, leadership opportunities, student org highlights, department announcements, and event advertisements. And you, as student orgs, are able to have your content featured by submitting your event to be featured in the Student Life Weekly newsletter on Heal Life. And submissions are due every Thursday at 9 a.m. for the following week. Tabling at the Union is another great way to engage the Carolina community. And so, some suggestions we have for effective tabling is to have an appealing display. Typically, when you're in the pit, you may be tabling with a bunch of other organizations. So, you want something that really shows that your organization is unique and kind of sets you apart. You're going to want to typically have an interactive element. We have found that the Plinko board or a big spin the wheel is great. People also love to stop for food. So if you can incorporate that into your tabling, you're more likely to get people to stop and engage with your organization. Be approachable. It's really easy to just be on your phone when there's kind of lulls in the student traffic, but we really suggest, walking up to people, speaking to them as they pass by to try to give that approachable feel. And when people do stop, you're going to want to have your elevator pitch prepared. Typically, people are only going to have about 30 seconds going between classes or work or whatever that may be. So you want to be able to give them a clear message of your organization. And leading into that, know your why. Have a clear call to action. Why are you tabling? Why do you want them to stop at your table? Do you want them to join your organization? Do you want them to come to an event? Do you want them to get involved in the community? Do you want them to follow you on social media? Know that why and have materials based on that why when you're tabling. And to reserve tables, you can do that on 25 Live. So, CCS is another great resource for student organizations. They're a full service marketing design agency for the Carolina Union. In addition to supporting the union, they offer help to student organizations and university departments. So, some of the services they offer are logo, branding, print, digital materials services, designing that for student organizations. They have photography and videography, and they can even help with digital ads in the Carolina Union. Another hot topic right now in marketing is artificial intelligence and how to use it. So it's fine if you're very anti-AI and do not want to utilize it, but if you're going to utilize it, here are some tips on how to do it effectively and transparently with your audience. So social media management tools like Hootsuite and Buffer can help you schedule posts in advance. You can schedule posts for Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and any other social media you may be utilizing, and that can help with creating a consistent content calendar. There are graphic design tools embedded into Canva that can help assist you with visual designs. Emailing campaign AI tools like MailChimp can also be very useful to help personalize emails and have their name at the top. So you're giving that more approachable, friendly feel to the students on campus. But our suggestion is when you do utilize AI is to be honest and transparent with your audience about how it was used in your marketing materials. And another great plug is the Student Soul Center, which will be opening on March 3rd. We highly encourage you to check that out. I'm going to pass it over to Alexis so she can share more information, but it's going to be a great resource for student orgs.
Yeah, so the Soul Center is opening next Tuesday on March 3rd, and it's really just a space for registered student organizations to do a lot of things. That includes our creative zone where you can work on those trifolds for Soul Fest. We have a media lab. We also have a lot of programming materials available for reservation, so including microphones, cameras, camcorders, and things like that. We have a meeting space that you can bring five executive team members to and have your meetings. And we also have a wellness space where you can chill out, color a coloring book, and just kind of decompress from all the hard work that you're doing. So the Soul Center is located in the Carolina Union, room 1401. You can access it from the service lot that attaches to the Carolina Union or coming down the elevator that's near the facility suite. But we really look forward to having this space for students. And namely, the Media Lab, which is relevant to this conversation, is a place that you can do your video content if you'd like. So, super excited to welcome students and super excited to see the content that you make.
And so here are some more resources for you all. We suggest that you follow SLL on the social medias, so Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok to stay up to date with any events that we're doing. We're also always here as a resource for you all. Please email us if you have any questions. And then some other resources that may be useful that we went through in this presentation is identity.unc.edu, which is kind of the branding guidelines for the university, the UNC Print Shop, Heal Life, of course, the Office of Event Services, Student Life and Leadership, our office, and the union, and CCS. Thank you guys so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Parker and Amelia. This again is a part of our Student Orgs webinar series. We have more coming up in the future. On March 4th, March 4th, we have the Career Center talking about LinkedIn and how to maximize that platform. So we hope to see you there. And again, thank you so much, Parker and Amelia, for your time. We'll see you
Thank
soon.
you. Thank y'all.